Installing the Lomanco Deck Air Model DA4 Shingle Over Intake Vent Off-Roof Edge Installation. Be sure to read, understand, and follow all instructions while installing the deck air intake. Always follow your local building codes. This short video highlights a deck air off-roof edge installation. The first step is to choose the termination method to use. There are two ways to terminate a run of deck air intake vent. There is the straight termination method, which is just like it sounds. The deck air vent is terminated with a straight cut. You also have the option of a tapered termination method. This option allows a smooth end taper to more aesthetically blend shingles back into the roof profile. The straight termination method is recommended for gable end walls only. When using the straight termination method, terminate all ventilation slots 6 inches from the inside of end walls on gable roofs. The deck air vent should extend a minimum of 6 inches past the end of the ventilation slot. To create the tapered termination, cut along the marked guides and discard the cutout. Then rotate the end piece to create the tapered transition. Nail the end piece into place. When using the tapered termination method, terminate all ventilation slots 18 inches from the following locations: the inside of end walls on gable roofs, all hips and valleys, any chimney or structure that penetrates the roof. The deck air should extend a minimum of 12 inches past the end of the ventilation slot. For an off-roof edge installation, determine the approximate deck air location. For intake ventilation, locate the vent within the lower third of the roof. For optional exhaust ventilation, locate the vent within the upper third of the roof. Shingle roof normally to the determined deck air approximate location. Choose desired vent termination method and determine the correct location for slot terminations. Using a tape measure and chalk line, mark the decking for a 1-inch wide ventilation slot. Ensure underlayment will extend beyond back edge of part. Position the bottom edge of the slot 6 to 7 inches from the exposure edge of shingle. Snap a chalk line at the desired distance. Measure up 1 inch from this line and snap a second chalk line. Cut the ventilation slot. Remove cut decking along with any shingle or underlayment to clear slot. Do not overcut the slot in length or width. Do not cut through rafters. Ensure the insulation in the attic is not blocking the slot or the flow of air into the attic space. Install the deck air intake vent over the ventilation slot using the termination method chosen. The tapered termination method is being shown. Align the lower front edge of vent with the exposure edge of shingle. Fasten the deck air intake vent through the 10 reinforced nail holes using the 2 1/2 inch ring-shaped nails provided. Leave an 1/8 of an inch gap between each vent to allow for expansion. Cut the final section to length according to the selected termination method. Align the bottom edge of underlayment or felt with the shingle stops on the deck air to ensure none of the top vent openings are covered. Install underlayment or felt on the top of the deck air. This must be in place under the next layer to ensure roof drainage goes over the top of the deck air vent. Align the starter course and the first course of shingles with the shingle stops over the deck air to ensure none of the top vent openings are covered. Do not nail into the ventilation slot area. With the deck air intake vent installed, continue with normal shingle installation. For more information on Lomanco vents, check out lomanco.com. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel.